Hi, my name is Troetschel and I just moved to the Philippines, more specifically BGC. Is it weird to introduce myself as if it's real life? A lot of my friends have asked me how much life in the Philippines actually costs, and so I figured a lot more people might be interested in knowing more about how much it actually costs to live here. Like, for example, how much I pay for rent in BGC. To help paint a better picture and to also answer Emil Jeffrey 2959's question. Nailed it. Emil Jeffrey 2959. Emil 2959. I'll run you guys through my day and kind of discuss how much it costs to live in BGC. I'll also do a little bit of an apartment tour later on in this video to kind of show you guys where we are living now. And then obviously answer the huge question that everyone has, which is how much do you pay for rent here in BGC? Without further ado, however, let's go get a coffee because we're still trying to figure out how to properly use this coffee machine. We used to get our coffee from Starbucks, but then we realized that it's actually like incredibly expensive there, and we can just get the same coffee for half the price at Pickup Coffee. Now, because we don't hate the environment and we love turtles, we actually have our own mugs that we use for coffee. Correct?
Didn't you eat a turtle for dinner yesterday?
You're hilarious.
You need to even buy yourself a coffee.
What did you do?
I want to point out the fact how lucky I am that this is like not on there. It could have been worse.
For real this time.
We like turtles, but we actually hate chicken, so we eat these kids.
What did you say? Alright, psychopath. See you later. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. 230, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. As I said before, we used to get our coffee from Starbucks here. The only inconvenience that it is getting it from Pickup Coffee now is that we have to cross the street, and that's really not that big of a deal, especially when you pay like half the price. It's these little price differences that make a huge difference in the end. If you live here quite a long time, then you figure out places that you can save a little bit of money, and that overall lowers your cost a lot.
I don't want to go to the city.
What do you want to do all day instead?
Creating my own app.
This is what she's working on at the moment.
Look guys, this is Manila Fun App to look for funk music events in Manila. So you sign up and then you have popular events. You can filter them by price and time, sooner or later, blah blah blah. You can add it to favorite. Oh my god.
For those of you that don't know, Elise is now studying graphic design and UI UX design, so that's why she's doing this project. Time for her fitting. Usually after my coffee I head directly to the gym. However, today I have a physio session, so I'm going to do that instead. My gym membership costs me around 1,500 pesos a month, which is not too bad. Germany was a little bit more expensive. England was a little bit cheaper. There is also the gym in the building, which I will show you guys later in the apartment tour, but that one is a little bit small and it doesn't have all of my favorite equipment, so I decided to get a gym membership anyways. Especially since my modeling jobs kind of depend on me being in shape, so I think it's totally worth it. For the apartment tour, I decided to do this little voiceover type of thing so that you guys can kind of hear me better. I hope you guys don't mind the microphone. I think it's quite nice actually. I always feel like I'm in a real podcast. Before we get into the real numbers, some quick details about the apartment. It is a 1-bedroom flat and it is in Avida Towers Verte, which is near Uptown Mall in BGC. I don't know if I should be sharing my address quite that publicly, but I won't give you the unit number. Now, Elise and I both love this area because there are so many different restaurants, bars, things to do. There's a football pitch right here, a lot of gyms nearby and cafes to work at, so that's why we really like this area. Something that's amazing about this apartment is how much storage it has, both in the kitchen, in the living room, and in the bedroom. When we moved into this apartment, it actually was already furnished, so we didn't have to furnish it ourselves, which is quite nice for people like us who are traveling quite a bit. But we are sort of trying to make this place a little bit more homey with different things like, for example, this plant, some personalized candles, and just whatever we can kind of think of. We replaced the carpet, we bought a coffee machine, and slowly but surely we're replacing the things we want to replace. We're not really sure about the couch because it's hideous. And I kind of want to have a couch that I can roll out to make a bed so that when we have visitors, like if my brother came to visit or something like that, we would have some place for him to sleep other than the floor, which I'm sure he wouldn't mind doing, but it is still somewhat nicer to have a bed for your guests. Now, as you can see from this video, the windows in this apartment are quite huge, which is amazing because it just fills up the apartment with light. And since our apartment is facing the sunset, it is also quite nice for viewing the sunset. But if you're in Manila at the moment, you kind of know that we haven't gotten a lot of sunsets these days. We've kind of just gotten a lot of thunderstorms and rain. So I'm still waiting for the amazing sunsets of the Philippines, which I know are coming. In the living room, there's also a huge mirror, which makes the whole place look like 10 times bigger. Now, the bedroom, in my opinion, is also pretty nice. The most important thing for us with the bedroom is that it is a separate room. That way, if somebody wakes up earlier or later, it doesn't bother the other person and they can just like work and do stuff while the other person is still sleeping, because that's something we really struggled with when we had studio apartments in the past. There's also this little workstation, which is usually where I spend most of my time editing these videos. The bed in our bedroom is quite big, which is amazing because I don't like getting kicked in the face by Elise, and also I'm pretty tall. As with many other apartment buildings here in the Philippines, our apartment building has its own pool and gym as well, which is really cool. However, the gym itself isn't that great. It's kind of basic and doesn't have any of the stuff that I want to use. The pool, on the other hand, is quite amazing. It's nicely made, clean, and just does everything a pool has to do. As for the bathroom, it's pretty nice. We have a nice big mirror, a standard classic toilet. Then we have quite a big shower, which is really good. And it also comes with a washing machine, which is seriously amazing and super convenient, since you usually have to go bring it to some place and then pick it up again, which is really annoying. Now, after that quick apartment tour, onto the part that you guys are most interested in, which is the actual numbers. How much does it cost to live in BGC? What should I expect to need in order to survive for a month living here? And just generally, what are the numbers? Something to keep in mind with all of these prices is that we are living here for a year, which means we are able to rent an apartment for a whole year contract, which makes the whole thing a lot cheaper. If you're only staying for, say, 6 months or anything less than a year, it's sometimes more difficult to find long-term contracts, since most contracts are 1 year and longer. So you will have to check in with some real estate agents here and see if there are any apartments available for terms less than 1 year. Now, the biggest and most interesting expense is obviously your rent. The apartment that we are renting is around 35,000 pesos a month, keeping in mind that we are in 2, so that makes around 17,500 pesos. And if you include bills, that's around 20,000, which is basically the equivalent of $350. Now, the other numbers obviously vary quite a lot depending on your lifestyle. But again, if I was talking to a friend and giving them a ballpark number, I would probably say that you would need around 50,000 pesos a month, including absolutely everything from rent to groceries to bills to Wi-Fi to the gym membership, eating at restaurants, playing football on BGC turf, and even the coffee you drink at Pickup Coffee. You could probably save quite a bit of money by doing some things differently. But the start of living in a new country is always a little bit more expensive because you have to buy things like a new coffee machine, a new carpet, and things like that, which obviously add up to your monthly total. So that is the estimate that I would give at the moment. I hope that you were able to get some value from this video, or just simply enjoyed the apartment tour and seeing what my life in BGC at the moment looks like. If you do want to support the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe even subscribe to the channel memberships, which at the moment don't really offer you anything, but they do help support this channel and help me make more videos for you guys, so at least that's a bonus. There's something interesting that I heard from quite a few people recently, and that is that BGC is not the real Manila. BGC is fake Manila. I would be interested to hear what your guys' thoughts are on that topic in the comments down below, because for me, just because something is more new or modern, that doesn't make it any less part of the whole city. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, here's that little voiceover clip that a lot of you guys are actually waiting for at the end of these videos now, so here you go. This is so stupid. What am I saying?